Hello, my name is Mr. Villalay. My student ID is 6250110030 in ICM department at Songkhla University, Trang Kampong. I'm here to present about the workshop event that I have done so far. But first of all, I will show the output of the workshop event that I have done. And first of all, goes to the register form. Register form, you need to input or insert your first name, last name, email, and password in order to go further to the program. First of all, for your first name, just input your first name, your last name, your email address, and your password. Okay, and then click register, and it will show that one record inserted has inserted, and then you can go to login. By goes to login, you need to click register the login name or the email that you have inserted before, like this email and with password that you have used to log in before, and then log in. Okay, it will show this page, and then you want to know about the user detail, you can click at the right button here. It will show you about the user detail. Yes, it is the user detail that we have put before, like first name Win, last name Lane, and this email address. Okay, and then furthermore, if you go to log in again, it will auto that welcome back when and your login is this, and it's again it will show this, show it if you don't log out. So user detail here, and you need to log out now. You want to log out. Okay, log out. Okay, you have log out successful, but if you log out again, it will show that no cookie values. You do not log into the system because we have not log in. We log out again and we log out again. How we can guess the logouts to time if we don't log in? So log into the system. So if you log into the system, but this time I will input the wrong password and see what gonna to happen. It will show you Rohat or password not correct, and you can go to log in again. Okay, and this time we use the correct password but the incorrect login name and login. Okay, so let me use the different email. Okay, this one, so it will set not miss or the user didn't found. Okay, so if you didn't have, you can go to register again. Okay, that's what we have did. Okay, and it will store in here in the database. Yes, that we have input, and you can use command prompt to see what you have to do too, like select from user, because the information is inserted to the table that named user. Yes, it is what. Okay, that's for cookie, and I'm going to session now. So goes to session, first goes to log into session. This is for session. Like that, the login name or the password is related to the register form that you have done in the cookie, so it will use the same database. So I will use this email address login that I have it show. Now you go to session, so it will say welcome, you have successfully logged in and this is your session, and you can know the user detail of your session. Yes, and if you log in again and with the incorrect password, what will going to happen? It will set the the password is not correct. So 1 2 3 4 5. So and then if you want to log out, it will you have successfully logged out, and then if you want try to log out again, it will say you do not log into the system, so error. Yes, so after that I'm going to show you about the source code of the session only. Okay, it goes to a virtual box. First of all, we goes to in the HTML form. It takes the form to for insert the data to in the input type text, and with the name FOM login that it will send to the auth10.php form .php with the method post. So it is will put and it is related in the first that we have store and register, sorry, that we have store in register from the register form in the database cookie. Yes, and the form it will have, like we see the output already, it will have the login name, password, and the submit button with the reset button. And here is the CSS that I have used, and also I use the bootstrap tool, bootstrap 4, and with the link that we don't need to install the data the source code in the our program. We can just use the virtual from the like you can call it API outside from the server. Yes, and now I'm going to show about the session. Goes to S07. Yes, first of all, session start, it is for you to start a session. We cannot go any further without the session start. And you see header is for every when we click your buy button. Yes, and here and after that is about change the values that get from the form that we get from the s in the .html, because we know that s in the HTML is action will send with the method post to the ocean as ocean.php. Okay, so it will check if that if it have the login, the password name or the login name is it has or not, and if it empty, it will be relief. Please fill your login name and password. Okay, and it is easy. It will set the values to it will set the values that we receive from the variables to this method to this variable from the method that we have received from the name here. Okay, and then it will connect to database with this method. It will connect to database MySQL con.php. MySQL con.php is the database for connect to the database. Yes, to connect to here or here. We connect to the database by this code. Okay, and then we going back to S07. Okay, after we connect to the database already, we will select the data. We will select the data from the tables where you log in something like this, and it is used BP login. BP login is the PDO style of the pair statement. It can prevent SQL injection, so we use this. Okay, and then we're going to execute the database like it will for this is prepare SQL, and it will use this with by parameter with the prevent statement methods too, and then it will go to execute the database. Okay, and then this one is for the function is used for count the row on the database values that we have add. So we will use switch, that is for row counted, and if the case is 0, mean that we have not received the login information. Okay, it will goes to set to output not miss the user or my pop บัญชีผู้ใช้ and then it will ask us to log in again. And here for this is the HTML for HTML5 that used to make the output barrier like as we see. To make it log barrier like that. Okay, so if we have no to make it log barrier like that, so if it doesn't have the HTML, it could not like that log like that. So if we use the different email, so it will set cannot miss the user. So we use HTML to set up all these code locking, and then after that it will break from, if we cannot miss the user, it will break, and it will set another case with case case 1 is it the number of the row count is 1, it will start the like this is, it will go to fetch PDO fetch associate, and it will fetch this variable, and then it will go to like variable verify password, verify from the input that we have set, and it will count. So that here it means that if we have and then it will output like it will we get the these we get the information is really we got it will verify, and then it will output like welcome the user and we have login successful. Okay, and then we will create the session for login and pass to verify. Like we create the session pass or set variable in the session, and then it will go to set the session 2. It will output set the session 2. Okay, and then it will output the information there. Okay, because I have used the HTML to put here in, so it may be some confused. Okay, and then after that, if the user password if the password if the user login is not correct or is not met with the information in the database, it will say first of all, if for the password, if the password is incorrect, it will output the password is not correct. Okay, and set to log in again, and then if it default after it wait for the password verify, for the password verify, it will go to default, and default it will out if it could not have in case 1 and case 2, with case 1 with case 0 is could not meet, doesn't have the user, that means we have not register, and case 1, and then case 1 here, if we have the if the password and user is correct or verify, it will go to be said welcome, you have logged in successfully, and which the output about, like we see. If it correct, it will set like this. Here is set session 2 with this, and all this is the table keyboard or keyhead that we use to make this output log the barrel. Okay, and then if it password is incorrect with this here, it will go to output the password is incorrect, like we will go to log out and then log in again with the incorrect password. Okay, we will say the password is not correct and goes to log in again. Okay, and if default, it will output have the user more than one account, and goes to log in again. And it is here the end of the default and the end of catch, and it will start and then after that it will set call apply. It cannot connect to the for the catch here. It will set it is no the database in the know that know the data in the database or cannot connect to the database and set to log in again. Okay, and then after that, okay, and after that like we see at the this and I want to show you about the HTML. For HTML, like we use that, and here is for CSS with the style, and this body with this div we use from the bootstrap. It is for navigation and here is for tabboard. And for after login we want, like we can go to see the user detail. So you can go to see the user detail. Yes, here. So I will go to show about the as user. It is for work on the user's detail. Like first off is the HTML file to set the value for log barrier, and here is the starting point of the session for here. So first of all, it will for session start, and then it is for header, and it is when we click the back button, and then it will check on with the if conditional, and it will check for the login that we have set. It is okay or not, it is true or not. And if no, I mean if it doesn't have the login here at here is this function, and it will output error, you do not log into the system. And you need to log in again. Let me make for you, like after we log out and then we log in. Okay, like with this 1 2 3 4 5 submit. Okay, when we doesn't have the user and we want to see the user's detail, so it will output like that, error, you do not log into the system because we doesn't receive the login in the session. Okay, and says to please log in again, like this. Okay, and then if it meet, that means if it have the values, it will create the variable to store the session login and username. And if it have, it will set session users detail. Okay, let me log in and okay, and then we go to users detail. It will have the user detail and welcome like that. Okay, with this username login. Okay, after that when we log out for the first time, okay, it will set you have successfully logged out. So we go to see the code log out. Okay, for logout code we will see it is the ATM alpha the same to set the output log barrel, and it will start with the session started, and it is the header the same that it is when we click play for the play button, and here it will check if the it has the login. Okay, and it has the login, it will insert use the the function insert here. It is for delete the delete the the session array. See, delete for unset the login and username, and with the session array, and it will with the session destroy to delete the data from the database. Okay, and then it will set you have successfully logged out, and please log in again like this. Okay, but if we log in again and it doesn't have the login here, we log out and doesn't have login here, like we don't log in but we go to log out, it will say error, you do not log into the system, like that. Error, you do not log into the system and you need to log in again. So here unset until this session destroyed, it is for the like unset the login and then go to destroy the array that we have set in the database. Thank you very much for your attention.